many people like try to feel God just through reading their Bible, or think that just justifies them because they're getting in their word. And well, there's like many other ways that like you can hear God, whether that just be like going on a walk outside, like I said before, listening to worship music,
like sunsets, sunrises. That's
love a good sunset.
Oh yeah, depending on how the weather is today, might have to go.
Maybe
The lake. Yeah. He says how he like makes those sunsets, and you look at those like, oh my gosh, those are so beautiful. Like,
we gotta grow bold, man, we cannot hesitate. We are athletes for Christ, man, we gotta go out. We are athletes for Christ, man, we gotta go out.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Athletes for Christ podcast. My name is Ben, and I'm a junior at South Forsyth High School. I've been playing many sports throughout my whole life for many years. I really picked up on basketball when I was little and had been playing it for a couple of years since then. And I really picked up on golf for about a year and a half now, and that's been my main sport. I really found Christ this past year in our church trip with Brownsbridge in Daytona, and just been a follower ever since.
What's up, guys? My name's Nico. I also go to South Forsyth. I'm a junior. I've played soccer since I was a very young age, from the ages of around 4 to 12. COVID hit, and I took a bit of a break because all the sports shut down, and then kind of wanted to try something new, so I got into basketball and have been playing that ever since. And my friend invited me to Brownsbridge back in 7th grade, and didn't really know what it meant, like, and what it looked like and what it meant to be a follower of Christ until about my beginning of sophomore year at Daytona. They were talking about what being a follower looked like, and not just a believer. And that's when I really wanted to kind of dive all into my faith. And I just really, started really going in at it and diving in. And it's been amazing ever since. A couple ways that I've really been able to keep my faith going is going to Brownsbridge, going to church, the camps, and hanging out with community, and then Young Life too. It's been really nice, to a great community way, and they've showed me the love of Jesus, how to love like Jesus, and yeah, it's just been amazing. So we're gonna get into some questions. You want to go first?
I can go first for sure. Whoa! So I grabbed two, so I'll throw that one back. But first question is, who are you if sports get taken away? If you were to ask me that question, I feel like a year ago or 2 years ago, I'd say I'm honestly pretty empty, or I'm just like a son in my family. But if you were to ask me that question now, just like this, I feel like I'd be defined as like a follower of Christ, and that I have a fellowship and a brothership with Nico, as well as many other people through many different relationships, and starting to kind of move Christ through that relationship as well through my family.
Mm-hmm. I feel like, if you were to ask me a couple of years ago, it would have been kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, I just kind of would have been more so, empty, not knowing, who I am, because I got hurt back in 9th grade, and like, it took my sports away, and it just like broke me completely, even though it was for like a month. But if you were to ask me now, I feel like I would say I found my identity in Christ, and just kind of being able to sit with him and walk with him has shown me that I don't need to put my identity into worldly things and other things. I can just put it in him, and
It's awesome.
So
you want the next one?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna fall.
Perfect.
When did your faith become yours and not just something you grew up around? Kind of like my testimony, I would say beginning of my sophomore year, Daytona trip, little church retreat we had, and they talked about what following him looked like and not just believing, and that kind of started it up. And I always had this New Year's resolution of, I want to get in the Word more, I want to read my Bible more, but I always kind of pushed it back, and then that's kind of when I was like, no, like I want to dive all in with this. I want to fully just go in, and that's when I started. So I feel like my faith became mine beginning of my sophomore year, and ever since that it's just been keep going up. So about you?
I would say that I've been going to church my whole life. I started in Wombaland, which is our preschool ministry in Brownsbridge. I go to Brownsbridge Church. North Point is like the main campus of it, but I've been going there for my whole life, and had an idea of who God was, and like we'd sing these songs about him and listen to these people talk about him and do these plays, and I would kind of just sit there and just listen, but like I truly wasn't listening. I had my mind on other things, and it's super easy to do that, but having a group of people and just moving forward, just having that group of people behind me pushing me to kind of get closer and grow closer with God, I feel like that has definitely helped through like my small group and like Young Life, obviously, that me and Nico both go through, that I feel just the relationships that grow closer whenever you have like a bond with other people, feel like definitely help, and I think that's helped me a lot. So I'll hop on the next one. Have you ever gone through a season where your faith has felt dry or distant? I would definitely say yes. I feel like I'm kind of going through something similar right now, and just kind of everyone's going to say it's hard to hear God or to listen to God, but I really have been finding God through worship music, whether it be just like a simple song or just like a song to get me going through the day. I think that's how I start my day, from morning to night. I feel like I try to listen to that kind of music, kind of puts me in that mood to where I can kind of just start my day off right and just get that mindset, and just honestly just that's my way of like feeling God, I feel like.
Yeah. I've for sure gone through a dry season in my life where I didn't feel God necessarily, or hear him. I went through that about over a year ago, just a little bit. I just felt very down on myself, and it just didn't really feel like he was there, but I tried to keep reminding myself like he's there, and just kind of keep going, just keep pouring and diving into him, and then like he'll pour back into me, and he'll help me out. So I feel like, yeah, for sure I've gone through a dry season.
Yeah.
But the other thing is like community has just helped me through that so much. I mean, Ben, whenever that happens, I come to him about it, and it's just, we get to talk it out, and it feels nice to be able to talk to someone that's, has gone through the same thing, and be able to help you out a lot too, which is why community is really nice with that.
I also feel that like many people like try to feel God just through reading their Bible, or think that just justifies them because they're getting in their word. And well, there's like many other ways that like you can hear God, whether that just be like going on a walk outside, like I said before, listening to worship music, just having those relationships and bonds with people that you're able to do that stuff with really helps.
Yeah. And there's a difference between just saying, oh yeah, I read my Bible, but actually like reading it and then trying to digest it, and like actually sit there and pray and try to, hear what God's trying to tell you from what you read. So I feel like there's a difference. But yeah, another thing, like sunsets, sunrises, that's
love a good sunset.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
For sure.
Depending on how the weather is today, might have to go.
Maybe.
The lake. Yeah. I feel like that's a great way that I like to feel God or see him, is through the sunsets, because he says how he like makes those sunsets, and we look at those like, oh my gosh, those are so beautiful. Like those sunsets or sunrises or mountains or whatever it may be are like the best thing, right? But it's like realistically, he says that he made us more beautiful than us, than those. So which is really cool to also see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What motivates you when you don't feel like showing up? So for me, what motivates me when I don't feel like showing up is kind of just knowing that it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight like that. It takes time, you just got to keep grinding every day, keep getting your word, keep praying, keep trying to just grow closer to God and just have that relationship with him. And it's a process. It's like building a house. You go with it every day. You try to build it up every day, and it's not going to happen overnight. And then at times there's going to be times where you're going to want to maybe change your house around. maybe you're going to want to switch things up a little bit, and you just ultimately will just keep building that no matter what. Like there's kind of no stopping. You just kind of keep trying to build it up. So that's one thing that kind of motivates me when I don't feel like showing up, is just knowing that it's a process. It's also like the gym, you show up, you hit your workout, even if you don't feel anything. After 2-3 weeks, like you'll see it, after a couple months, you'll see it.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of going one step at a time, no matter what.
That's awesome. Could you read that question to me one more time?
Yeah, I got you. It says, what motivates you when you don't feel like showing up?
What motivates me? I feel like my family does a really good job of that. I'm the youngest child of 2 other brothers. Both my brothers are doing really great right now, and that just motivates me to be a better person for myself. Seeing my parents who are doing great for themselves right now is just motivating me more and more each day. I feel like I have friends who often ask me to come to church in the afternoon, or like, why weren't you out Wildlife? Why weren't you at Young Life? Just trying to have those people and be there for those people, I feel like is what motivates me, is because I don't want to let people down. I don't want to be that person that's letting people down. I want to be that person that's always there. That's going to be someone you can count on, I feel like.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
I thought it was going to fall.
Okay, here we go. What lies do you think teenagers believe about God or themselves? Okay. I definitely feel like teenagers believe that they're like not enough, and that like them being not enough makes them not able to have a relationship with God, or just like the things that they do, whether that be drinking, partying, adultery, stuff like that, just kind of makes them feel distant in a sense, and makes that relationship feel really hard when it says God just meets you where you are. He's at the door and he's knocking quietly. You just have to open the door and just kind of hear him speak to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to need you to read that question again too.
All right. What lies do you think teenagers believe about God or themselves?
Mm-hmm. I think definitely the not feeling like you're enough or you have a purpose. I felt that at times before too, and it's not a great feeling, but God says he has us for a better reason, and it's better than we can imagine. And I think you went through that perfectly. But I also feel like what people say about you, maybe it might be your appearance, how you look or how you act. It might be something like that. What people say about you, maybe you start to believe it, and it's just not true. They might talk bad about you, but you got to understand that that's not really who God says you are at all. So, yeah.
I love that.
My turn?
Yeah, you got it.
What's a question or doubt you've had about... Whoa. Whoa. What's a question or doubt you've had about God that you didn't know how to answer? Kind of like how I just said, not thinking I have a purpose or not thinking I'm enough to be, here. And that's just kind of a doubt I've had. Or another doubt is like, if God really has the best interest in me, because I've gone through a certain point where it's like, it's a bad thing that happens every other time. And it's just hard to believe or hard to have faith that God has your back and he has your best interest for you. But I've learned that, everything works out better than we can imagine, just like it says in the Bible. And it's one of the doubts I've had. What about you?
I would say one of the doubts I have is like trusting his plan, in a sense, because we all want to have our own plan and want to follow our dreams and our beliefs and whatever along those lines like that. But where was I going with that? I just had it on the tip of my tongue, but yes, but I saw this analogy somewhere. It's you trust the chef, but you can't, you trust the food, but you can't see the chef in a sense. And I feel like that does a great job of describing God's plan for us, because it's the food that's laid out for us, but we're not really seeing how it's being made or how it's being prepared, but we're all ultimately eating it. That's what's like when we go to a restaurant and we order our food, it's placed down, and say we got like some spaghetti or something like that, and you're like, okay, nothing should be wrong with it. Eat it, and you're trusting the chef. So you're trusting in his plan and along those lines, something like that. Little analogy there.
Yeah, I love that. Love
Awesome.
that.
Let's see what we got next. This one's blank. Oops. All right. How do you personally hear or recognize God's voice? I feel like I said it more towards the beginning, but I definitely feel like I hear God's voice through worship music or just through like the outdoors. I feel like I really hear him in just those quiet places when I'm able to be alone. I don't even have to be reading my Bible or reading scripture or even listening to worship music like I just said, just sitting there and sitting in God's presence. I can really just see his creation and all that he's made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd go same thing. Definitely like nature, big nature guy. Love the mountains, love sunsets, sunrises, all of it. I feel like that's one way that I can really kind of hear God's voice and, talking to people also, because if something isn't for you, it's, God's not going to put it in your life. He ultimately does have the better plan for you. So just kind of knowing like, okay, if it doesn't work out, then it's obviously like not part of it. But if God puts something on your mind, maybe you're in a Bible study and he puts something on your mind like, say this. And you're like, I don't know if I should say it. Just say it, because I've gone through that. And then you look back on it and you're like, man, I've regret it. Like that was God's voice speaking to me of saying like, oh, you should say this, maybe because someone's going through something. But I would say, yeah, definitely nature. I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I dropped it too. What's something God has been teaching you recently? I would definitely say patience. I would say patience. God has been teaching me patience a lot recently, just with what my future is going to look like. I mean, I'm a junior and I got a while till college, another year at least. But I have been thinking about it now, and I don't know what I want to do yet. Don't know if I want to go to college. I don't know if I don't. So just kind of having patience and trusting in his plan has been the two things definitely recently. Knowing that it's all going to work out for the better. And be okay with whatever does work out, because he has a better plan for me.
I would go exactly along those lines. I feel like as an athlete, I want to try to play somewhere in college or trying to figure out something like that. Been talking with my parents, just trying to figure out what I want to do in the future. And having this conversation definitely brings up some emotion, I feel like, because you don't really know what your plan is until it's like truly been established, I feel like. And it's just, I feel like having a support system is definitely something that's needed through steps like that. Let me hop in. I think we got 2 more questions left. Perfect. All right, here we go. Where do you think most high schoolers are finding their identity right now? So I definitely would think that some high schoolers are finding their identity in what's the word? I'm trying to think of it. I said it the other day, but I'll switch it up, and if I can get it back after you answer.
Yeah.
But I feel like partying, obviously, it's super easy to say and bring up, but it's not spoken about enough. It's people are just out there doing whatever, not thinking that they'll have any consequences or that there's nothing that'll hold them back. And I feel like that's really weighing them down.
Yeah. I feel like high schoolers, including myself, I mean, we've looked at our identity in sports for sure. Kind of being like, oh, that's what I'm at. That's what I'm good at. That's what I'm going to do. That's who I am. Like, they're like, oh, that kid's good at sports. That kid's good at football. That kid's good at basketball, or definitely kind of what other people say about them, like the popularity. I feel like a lot of high schoolers are kind of being like, yeah, I want to be popular, and that's what they're putting their identity into and who they want to be. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Do you guys have anything you guys want to lastly share before we jump into the crunch time? Like something you feel like?
Anything?
I don't think so.
I would just say like community. Find that community, especially going into high school. And in high school, there's going to be a lot of temptations, like the partying, like the drinking, you know, and it's just great to have that community surrounded around yourself. Like who you hang out with really is who you become. And I love the community I have. I mean, I have so many other friends that just bring me closer to Christ and not like farther away, which is really nice. I would just say, try to find that community of yours and try to find those people that will bring you closer to Christ and not kind of drag you away. And will definitely also, I would say, like stand up for you and call you out when you are in the wrong. You know, don't let them tell you what you want to hear. Like have them say what you need to hear, basically.
Yeah,
So
that's really good.
Crunch time! Catch the ball. Answer fast.
Don't drop it.
All right, pick one. Speed or strength? What would you rather have?
I would say strength. Love to be a little bodybuilder.
I would also say strength. I feel like you could just do so many more things with that compared to speed. Like speed, you're fast. You could definitely, you know, go to college and run stuff for it. But I mean, strength, it's like, I don't know, it's just different.
I got you. You can pass it back to Ben. All right, pick one. Home games or away games?
Ooh. I would say away games, but you got to bring your home team with you. Like you got to bring that whole student section or that whole crowd with you and bring that energy to that opposing stadium. And it kind of just, I feel like I'd want to be playing at an away stadium and bring my own crowd and have like just that energy behind me. I feel like it's definitely a little more crazy that way.
Yeah, I would say that's tough because home games, yeah, you have your whole entire student section, especially if it's a rival game. You know, things go crazy. But if it's an away game and a rival, like you get to silence that crowd if you want, you know, and then you win and everyone goes home like defeated, you know, and they're all talking to you and then you get to back it up and stuff. I would say away games too.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, Ben. Would you rather train early mornings or late nights?
Oh, definitely would say late nights. I've been going to the gym with Nico for a little bit. He kind of got me into it last summer, and I feel like just those late night lifts you can't beat it. Rather than waking up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Early morning's nice. You get up early. You get to start to your day early. You know.
That is true.
You know, you get to feel accomplished beginning of the day. But late night, it's just it's a different feeling. You just feel like almost more energized too with it. So I'd also go with late nights, just like Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Would you rather have Patrick Mahomes' clutch factor or Lamar Jackson's explosiveness?
Love to have the clutch factor, I think. Both are really good options, but I mean, being that clutch man, say, like you're in the Super Bowl just like Patrick Mahomes, and you have that clutch factor and you're down 6.
It's like the Bills. What, 15 seconds left, decided to take it all the way down and win the game? I mean, can't beat that. I would have to say that clutch factor. Then you could just, anytime you want, you know, you need a bucket, you need a touchdown, you need something, you're that go-to guy. You could just, you know, drop it for him and make it happen.
Okay. All right. Now here's a baseball question.
Okay.
Would you rather have Shohei Ohtani's versatility or Aaron Judge's power?
I feel like you can't beat versatility. I mean, you can just play both sides to like your best ability. I mean, being able to just go up there and just pitch unbelievably and then go up to the batter's box and just literally swing for the fences and hit it out. I mean, I definitely feel like the versatility.
Yeah. Versatility is just, I'd go with that too. It's just so much more. You can do more with it. You know, you can do both. You can play, like you said, both sides. you're not good at one thing, you're good at both. And I think that's just being versatile versus being good at one thing. Like versatile is just so much more. You're so much more of a threat when it comes to that, and that's why Otani's technically the best right now, is what people say.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, guys. With the World Cup around the corner,
Okay.
what is one team you feel like is going to go very far?
Okay. So I'm not really a big soccer guy, so I'm not too sure. Love to see the U.S. make a run for it. Love to see the U.S.
Especially if being in if being in North America, I could see that. Yeah, for sure. I would have to go Argentina. My family is from Argentina. My mom's side is. Loved watching the 2022 World Cup. Had to skip school for those games too, so that was amazing to watch. That was a great thing for, my mom's side of the family. It was just amazing to watch. I would have to go with them again. So yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I would say just find that community, like Nico said towards the end. Find that community, really keep it strong, and yeah.
You want to shout out your handle, your IG handle on here?
Sure.
I need to find mine.
Yeah.
BenFish 23158. Go follow me on Instagram. Posting some golf swings, some golf content, and just what my life's about.
I'd go Instagram is Nico_McCall19. Really just kind of life, just some life recaps. Yeah.
Short and simple.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome, guys. Thank y'all. Thanks.
Of course.
Awesome having y'all.
Thank you.
It's either hell or the heaven gates. We gotta grow bold, man, we cannot hesitate. We are athletes for Christ, man, we gotta go all out. We are athletes for Christ, man, we gotta go all out.